So we are in Jerome, Arizona. It is considered America's largest ghost town, although it's not a deserted ghost town like you would think of, like with the old saloon and abandoned buildings and stuff. This ghost town actually had a population of 15,000 people at its peak. It was larger than Phoenix. It was built here because of the copper mine that it sits on, and as the years went on and the copper ran out and things changed, it became basically a ghost town. The population went down to, I think, 50 to 100 people. It's now got a population of about 460 people or so, and it was saved by the artists that live in this town. There's a lot of little shops and crafts places around the town. It's basically 3 streets because it's built into the hillside. It's like 3 parallel streets, one above each other. And this was actually known as the wickedest city in America at one point, when it was a population of 15,000 people, because of all the brothels and gambling halls and saloons and stuff like that. So it's a pretty neat town. There's a lot of cute shops, a lot of boarded up buildings and old buildings still, as it is a ghost town, but it's really cute to walk around. We got some gifts while we did a little bit of shopping, had breakfast earlier at one of the cafes, maybe even have lunch later on, we'll see. But for now we're going to continue walking around and go up to the Grand Hotel. Let's go. So we just made it uphill to the Jerome Grand Hotel. As you can see, there is a restaurant called the Asylum Restaurant here. The hotel is actually supposedly haunted. It's a favorite spot for ghost hunters, and they keep saying that there is a 3-4-year-old child or something that they hear running around up there, crying, slamming doors, running across the floors, unplugging phones and televisions and stuff like that. So pretty cool story. Be fun to stay.
We just left the main town of Jerome and we've come to Jerome State Historic Park.
Historic State Park.
It's not, it's State Historic Park.
No, that's not what it said on the Google.
Okay. We've come to Jerome Historic State Park, and it's just across the valley from the actual town, so you get a really good view of the whole town. I'm sorry, could you say that again on camera?
I, for once, was incorrect. Jamie was more right than I was.
What is with all these disclaimers? I was right and you were wrong. Oh my god, who raised you? There's also a museum that you can go inside of that costs $7 per person, and it tells you all about the history of the mining and all, so we're going to head inside and see it.
Sliding down the mountain. If my story you are doubting, I can prove it to you very easy, sir. Just come on out to Arizona.
Well, that was an interesting tour of the museum. We got to see a film about the history of Jerome and the mining in this town, and from boom to bust, basically. I was correct earlier when I said that the population now is just under 500 people or so. And yeah, that'll do it for our time here. We are going to head back to the RV, get some food, and give some attention to Mr. Loki, who's been alone all day. So here we go.